Hi, welcome to Mark's Basement Arcade. Today, on my Flight 2000, we're going to be doing a bridge rectifier. We're going to pull this whole thing out and put a new one in. I already built one. I built a Weebly kit, but I'm going to show you how to take this out. It's going to be real easy. On these older sterns, they come out really easy. First, we're going to remove this one ground here. There's my ground. I'll put the nut back on right here. Then put that off to the side so when I need it later on, I'll be able to find it. Number one, make sure your machine is unplugged. I was just about to do this and I forgot I left it plugged in. Yeah, that might have not been fun. Unplug your connectors. What I'm going to do, this one is a new one. It's been repinned. I'm not going to worry about that one. But these two other ones I probably should and will repin when I put them back. I think it's just smarter for me to do that. They'll be real easy to do. This one's got a couple. This one I'll unplug and pull it off to the side and redo it before we put it back in. Now we got 6 screws that we're going to take out. Believe it or not, I have seen people do this job inside the machines. Wondering, dude, why don't you just pull this board out and put it on a table. I have also seen where instead of people pulling this board out, they just actually took the rectifier off and the transformer off and did it that way. Me, I'm just going to go for the smartest way possible and just pull this out in one giant unit and put it on a table in front of me so I can work on it easier. Oh, I still can't find that chip. I'll tell you about that. Alright, we got that out. Okay. What led me to do... Oh, there it goes. I found it. What led me to do this bridge rectifier was this chip. I've been having lots of issues. Look at me. Yeah, you look at me. I've been having lots of weird issues with MPU on this machine where you turn it on and then it just gives weird garbled numbers. My camera's crooked. So anyways, yeah, it's just been really weird garbled numbers. But the game will play and do its everything correctly. And then you'll shut it off and then turn it back on. And then boom, the high score's back and everything's normal. And it'll just play that way for a long time. And all of a sudden you'll turn it back on again and you'll have garbled numbers on there. But it plays normal and then it will show the scores. It just, yeah, was on and off. And then Friday, we had, we were streaming Hollywood Heat. That's how old this video is. I don't know if you're going to see it early or not, excuse me. But anyways, we were streaming Hollywood Heat, and I looked over and the game was doing nothing, no displays, nothing. It was just like dead. And then when you would turn it on, the MPU was just locked on with a solid red. No flashing, nothing, just solid red. But all the lights and everything worked. No track mode. Just the GI would light up and that was it. So I looked at Checked the voltages. The voltages were solid. However, this is the original Stern MPU. I mean, yeah, original Stern MPU and original Stern Rectifier. So I think the Rectifier is probably close to its life ending. I want to make this game solid as possible because I wanted to bring it to MGC, Midwest Gaming Classic. Be there or be square. I think there's a link in my description. Anyways, so I want to do that. So the next check was I wanted to make sure all the chips were on the board good. And I grabbed one, wiggled it, grabbed one, wiggled it, grabbed this one, and kadunk, it just popped right off. So I'm guessing that's probably why I was having weird issues. This chip was not nice. However, I decided to I'm going to get a Weebly MPU. It should be here next week. So yeah, let's get on the bench and tear that into that. Alright, we're going to tear into this now, and we're going to have some serious fun. Don't want to do that. Here's my rectifier. It's a Weebly rectifier. They come in kits. You get just the whole board and a bag of pieces, and you have to build this yourself. I have a video on building one of these. They're very easy to do. They're very well worth it. I think they're like $35 or $38 for this whole thing. I've used them before. It's a totally solid kit. It works great. And they do what they need to do, and they're very, very cheap. The reason why is because you build them. Otherwise, if you can't build one, you probably shouldn't be doing this. However, we will do this together. Probably should get some of this junk out of my way that we won't be needing. Alright. Just go poof and it's done. Now I gotta get a nut driver for those. I'll grab one of these. So I guarantee you this one's gonna work. This one might not. Yeah, of course. They're both the exact same thing. It's just one is a cheap one and one's a real good expensive one. This is a good one. It's a Klein Tools. This one was a Marco's one. Don't get me wrong, this lasted me for a stupid long time. I mean, really stupid long time. It's just on deep nuts and stuff I can get off real easy. It's just a very edge right here, it's stripped. So I still keep it because if I have to, you know, because it's hollow, if I have to go on to something that's deeper, it works really great. And this is just, I use it basically for all shallow stuff right now because it works so good. Now you're probably thinking these boards are totally different from each other. Well, which they are. They are different, but they're also exactly the same. A couple pieces over here. And I'll plug in my other light. A little more light on the subject. What's difference is this has 3 bridge rectifiers, and this noticeably has one, but these are basically bridge rectifiers. They're just a little different. Looks a little cooler too, I think. There we go. So yeah, as we can see, this is a little janky right now. I think I will take this off and clean it up before we put this back on. I don't know. But I think, yeah, we'll definitely do that. We get a broken rectifier here. You can see part of it is still stuck right there. Yeah, it's just, it's ready for its time to be gone. Alright, in order to do this, I really could use a piece of paper, which will be this box, and a pen. I like to do it this way, and you'll understand why. I'm going to start with number 1 and go all the way around to the last number as soon as I can find where number 1 is. Where is 1? Now we'll start with 2. E1 is right here. It's by one of the fuses, which is right around here. Where's my goggles? Since we got so much burned up stuff here, it's going to be just hard to figure out what the hell is what. That's E4, E2 is here. Now I'll just start with 2, and we'll eventually find number 1 somewhere. It should be like right around here somewhere. E4, E2, 7, 3, E9. What's this one? Doesn't even say what that one is. It's got a wire going to it, but it doesn't say. E10. What's this one? E12. E4. What's this one? Another one with nothing on it. So I'm guessing this one, but I'm not going to guess. We have 2 that are not labeled. This one right here and this one right here. And if we go like this, E1 attaches to that fuse. So I would guess that this one right here, and on the back, this fatty red one is E1. However, I'm not going to guess. I'm just going to go with E2. And we're going to do E2 first. So I'm going to write E2. I'm going to put E2 on top of that box. We're going to cut E2 off here, just like that. We're going to cut this harness all apart too. We can put that harness back together later on. The reason why we're going to do it like this, we'll do everything we know, and then we'll go to PinWiki and start researching what we don't know. So that was E2, right? E2, snipped it off right there, E2. twist that up. The reason why I'm cutting it off is I want a good solid thing here. And what's good on the back of these Weebly boards, it's numbered on the back too. You get all your E's and on the front. So that's really cool. So I can just go like this, stick it in the back there, get my solder going. Look at that. We got E2 in. It's coming all the way out this side. So we got a good solid joint. So I'm just going to start going around and doing this while my daughter speeds up the video. Alright, as you can see how far we got. I'm going to stop the video and look where those other wires go. Alright, basically as I suspected, that's exactly where they go. E6 connects to the diodes. E1 goes to the other fuse, the F6 line of fuse, which would be here, F6. So that's what we're going to do. There's a mess here of wires. As you can see, I buzzed through it pretty quick. I did change my soldering methods to where I'm tinning the wire first. It just seems to work better that way. It just seems to solder better too. So I would say tin your wire, stick it in a hole, and solder that puppy in. Now always look on the other side of the board to see how she popped out. As you can see, I wrote my numbers down there. That's what I was doing. Well, I know you can't see it too good. There we go. I was writing them down. That way I knew exactly which one I was doing and what I had left to do. E1 was one we didn't know, and then E6. The reason why E6 is over there because there's a piece of tape right here. But yeah, I like doing it like that. It just helps me keep track of the wires. And you've seen me cut this wire off really long. There we go. The reason why I cut it off really long is because right here, right where I cut it, come on, just focus. I want to get into a camera. Right where I cut it, you can see it's melted. So I don't know if when somebody did a repair or whatever, that got screwed up. But we weren't having none of that. And you can see everything is nice on the back of the board now. All the wires are where they belong. Everything came out good on the front. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this and I'm just going to clean it off as good as I can. I'm going to leave it on there, but I'll clean it off. I think some alcohol will work to get the schmutz off these pads. Doesn't matter anyways, we're not using those pads anymore anyways. Oh, we don't need that. There, that's gone. Let's throw that in the garbage. I forgot that's just a plate that's on there. I totally forgot that with the, because that's where the rectifier's hooked onto. Another reason why I'm not cleaning this off really super good, well, this game isn't that clean on the inside. I will vacuum off this whole plate area before I put it back in the machine. But if I make one area look too pretty, it's not going to match the rest of the machine, you know what I mean? take. Are these all good still? Yeah, they appear to be. Let's zip tie those back up. Right here. Somebody texted me. I turned my phone off so I wouldn't be bothered. But I turned my computer on because I wanted to find out about that E1 and E6 to make sure I was correct with my assumptions, which I was, because on the original board E1 went to the fuse and E6 went to those diodes. So it only made sense on a new board. It followed the exact same route. There we go. And we are set. Nothing is touching on the back. The wires look good. They're nice grouped around. I will put this back in the machine and recrimp those connectors. But you do know how to do this now. It's pretty easy. I did a Bally one not too long ago. Stern Bally. Same thing. If you heard the story, you heard Stern borrowed their designs, and I don't know exactly what's true and what's false. I've heard different stories about it. However, the Bally Stern are basically, they're the exact same rectifier. It's just now you know how it goes on a Stern, which is pretty slick. I will clean up this ground though. I will sand that down and sand this down, so when I put that back together we will have a good ground between both of those two. But otherwise, yeah, that's about it. There'll be some cool stuff along the bottom here. Give me a thumbs up. Please like and subscribe. Drop a comment. All that super cool stuff. Thank you all for who are subscribers, and if you're not, please think about it. It's free. So take care and later.